What's up everyone, today we have the Vivo S1 in for a review. Now, this smartphone is priced slightly higher than the Vivo Z1 Pro, but it's also stylish and available offline. But does it have the performance to back its looks? Well, we're about to find out. Before we go ahead with the full review of the Vivo S1, be sure to subscribe to the Gadgets 360 YouTube channel and click that bell icon so that you're the first to know when we have a new video. Vivo has launched 3 variants of the S1 in India, 4GB of RAM and 128GB of storage at 17,990 rupees, 6GB RAM with 64GB of storage at 18,990 rupees, and the top end one with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage at 19,990 rupees. Vivo smartphones are usually sleek and well designed, and the S1 is no exception. The Vivo S1 sports a 6.38-inch display with a tiny dewdrop style notch at the top. The display has tiny bezels on the sides, but the bottom chin is comparatively thicker. Vivo has opted for an AMOLED panel, and the S1 sports an in-display fingerprint scanner. The in-display fingerprint scanner is quick to scan a finger and unlock the smartphone, and rarely required a second attempt. Face unlock isn't the most secure way of unlocking the smartphone, but it sure is very quick and convenient. It has a laminate back with a striking diamond pattern design and a gradient color finish. Depending on how the light hits the back panel, the diamond patterns emerge, which does look catchy. However, we aren't a huge fan of the material the back panel is made of, primarily because it picks up minor scratches very easily. Vivo has opted for a plastic frame that is rounded, which makes the S1 comfortable to hold in the hand. The back, however, does not meet the frame seamlessly, and you can feel rough edges when holding the phone. Vivo has positioned the power button on the right along with the volume buttons, and they are all easy to reach. The S1 also has a dedicated Google Assistant button. We were disappointed with the use of a micro USB port on the S1, considering that most other smartphones at this price point have moved to USB Type-C. The S1 is a dual SIM device and has 2 nano SIM slots as well as a dedicated microSD card slot. The S1 runs FunTouch OS on top of Android 9 Pie, which is heavily customized. If you have used a Vivo smartphone in the past, it won't take long for you to find your way around the device. For starters, there's no app drawer and all app icons are lined up on the home screens. FunTouch has an iOS-like command center which needs a swipe up from the bottom of the screen to access. This is the exact opposite action compared to any other Android smartphone and could be annoying to some people. Vivo does install a fair amount of bloatware on the device, and we saw Daily Hunt, Hello, Facebook and several other apps pre-installed. You can quickly remove all of these if you don't want them. Thankfully, this phone does not have a notification spam issue. Vivo also has its own app store called the V App Store, which you can't uninstall. The MediaTek Helio P65 SoC powering the Vivo S1 does a good job, and you won't notice lag or stutter during day-to-day tasks. This smartphone is quick to launch apps and can run every app and game in the Google Play Store, and we did not have to wait really long for an app to load. The Vivo S1 also manages idle drain pretty well, which means that when the phone is idle, it does not lose a lot of its battery charge. Multitasking was quite easy considering we had the 6GB RAM variant of the device. The phone never really had to close apps running in the background. The AMOLED panel on the Vivo S1 has got good viewing angles and is bright enough to be legible outdoors. However, the bottom firing speaker isn't loud enough, falling short of making the Vivo S1 a good device to consume content on. PUBG Mobile ran at the medium preset with the graphics set to balanced and the frame rate set to medium. We played the game for 20 minutes, which did cause the phone to get warm to the touch. We also noticed a 5% battery drop after gaming for that long. The Vivo S1 delivers good battery life, and we could go on for about a day and a half on a single charge. During this cycle, we ran all our benchmarks, took a couple of camera samples, and had an active WhatsApp account on the device. In our HD video loop test, the smartphone managed to last for 16 hours and 38 minutes. We put the supplied charger to the test and it managed to charge the battery to 34% in 30 minutes and 65% in an hour. Vivo has opted for a triple camera setup on the S1 consisting of a 16 megapixel primary sensor with an f1.78 aperture, an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera with an f2.2 aperture, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor with an f2.4 aperture. At the front, this phone has a 32 megapixel selfie shooter with an f2.0 aperture. Photos taken with the Vivo S1 were below average for a smartphone at this price point. In daylight, the phone focused quickly, but we noticed the photos were underexposed. Details were acceptable and text at a distance was legible. The same scene was exposed better when using the ultra wide angle sensor. However, in this case, photos lose out on details. Close-ups were good and the Vivo S1 could lock focus quickly and get the exposure right. Colors, however, weren't all that accurate. Portrait mode offers different lighting effects which you can choose from before hitting the shutter button. The output had good edge detection. Vivo also offers a separate aperture mode which can be used to take bokeh shots. While shooting portraits in this mode, we noticed that the blur effect wasn't applied consistently. Edge detection wasn't that good in this mode either. Low light camera performance was average as the phone could not capture details very well. We did not find a night mode in the camera app, and this could have helped Vivo improve its low light camera performance. Selfies had good detail, but the Vivo S1 tends to overexpose scenes. You can take portraits in selfie mode as well, and the phone did manage good edge detection in our experience. However, these shots were also slightly overexposed. Video recording maxes out at 1080p for both the primary as well as the selfie camera. We found out that the Vivo S1 lacked video stabilization, which is a little surprising considering its price. Most smartphones at this price are capable of recording 4K and can stabilize 1080p footage. The S1 is yet another smartphone from Vivo priced under 20,000 rupees. It has an eye-catching design and a quick in-display fingerprint scanner. In terms of processor power, the Vivo S1 is on par with smartphones powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 660, which can cost as little as 10,000 rupees. While the Vivo S1 offers good battery life, its camera performance failed to impress us. For the asking price of 19,990 rupees, you have a lot more smartphones to choose from, like the Realme X and the Oppo K3. Or you can spend in that little extra and go in for the Redmi K20. And that was our review of the Vivo S1. What do you guys think about this smartphone? Let us know in the comment section below. You can also share this video with your friends. And for all things tech, stay tuned to gadgets360.com.